Hello my fiery friends, welcome to another Fiery Fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. I know what you're thinking, and yes, we actually managed to get off the ground a little bit earlier than expected today, so actually it's been a pretty good day so far, although it's been a little bit warm on the side where I'm at, but being that I'm a fireball, that usually doesn't bother me too much. So, what exactly are we going to be playing today this afternoon, or I should say, what is it, late evening? Usually, I know I tend to do more the morning stuff, but I was a little bit busier this morning, so this was probably the best time I was able to get this stream going. But enough of me rambling, let's go ahead, let's talk about what exactly we're going to be playing today. Alright, so with that, I'm going to be jumping in right here. There we go. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so what we're playing today is going to be a deck that I'm actually super duper jazzed about here. It's going to be a deck that's going to be focusing completely on the town mechanic because actually we haven't had a chance to actually play with towns, but I'm actually super duper jazzed about seeing what can towns actually pull off here. So what exactly does that encompass? Well, it's going to be a lot of these goofy tap lands that are similar to kind of what is it, like gates and caves and then what's the other one? Deserts? Yeah, they're basically all going to try to be a little gimmicky like that. So that's kind of how it's going to be rolling today. But in any case, before we get started, as always, if you do like any of the budget content that we do, please like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch the content so you don't miss on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, deck techs, live streams like right now, and so much more. For those of you who are new to this, and those of you who are trying to wonder, how does this all go down? Well, we'll talk about, of course, the stats of the deck. We'll talk about every single card in the deck to give you an idea of what is to come. We'll play as many matches as possible in ranked, both going to be best of 1 and a little bit of best of 3. And then if you're interested in seeing what this deck is capable of, if we really invest into it, I'll be happy to show you exactly what it's going to look like near the second half of the video. But otherwise, without further ado, let's go ahead, let's jump into it and show you what exactly we're talking about. So, longtime viewers of the channel know how we do it. We have to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. So, our Towns deck, if you will, is going to be based upon teamer colors just for the early part. We're looking at an average word vomit there. We're looking at an average mana curve of 3.4. It's a little bit high, but we'll explain how it's high in a bit. That means we're going to be rocking blue, red, and green. You're looking at a total of 14 creatures in the deck, 4 instants, 8 sorceries, 4 artifacts, 7 enchantments, and 27 lands. Now, how does Towns all work? So, obviously, I love gimmicky, goofy decks like this where, I mean, yes, landfall decks are obviously something we've done many times over, and we've done a ton of ultra-budget versions of land decks in the past. But Towns are a very interesting one from the Final Fantasy set. So we figured, you know what? I think if we push this into Pioneer, we definitely have a lot of support that can really help us out with this game plan here. So let's go ahead, let's begin in the 2-drop slot because we have no 1-drops, and we'll start talking about how the deck works. So the whole reason why we're doing this deck in the first place is we have a card there that actually is really cool here. It's the Wandering Minstrel. Wandering Minstrel here is a Simic blue and green 1/3 human bard legendary creature, and it says lands we control enter untapped. And then the Minstrel's Ballad is its secondary ability. If we manage to get this off, man, this is hilarious when we do. So it says the beginning of combat on our turn. If we control 5 or more towns, create a 2/2 elemental creature token that's all colors. And for 8 mana, which is, I know a lot, but it can be done. For 8 mana and Wooburg, creatures we control get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of towns we control. So that's the game plan for today, everyone. We're going to see how many lands we can bring in, get a ton of elemental tokens, and just go super big and overwhelm our opponent with the huge amount of value we can provide. Now, granted, this actually kind of gave me a little idea of like, wait, what if we push this into Pioneer? And maybe we can kind of really build around this. So it's the nice part is the tokens actually are very relevant to our game plan here because elementals actually do have a lot of landfall support. And that's why, again, we're going to be choosing to do this in Pioneer as opposed to Standard. Also, well, again, I'm just going to be honest with you. Standard right now is absolutely terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have had my moments where I try to play Standard, but right now it's not fun right now because of the is it nonsense that's going around. Yes, I do play mice, but not enough where I kind of feel like I'm happy doing that, so I decided I'm just not going to play in the format, at least not until the bannings. So we'll talk about the bannings and what I assume is going to be banned in the future for the set. But overall, let's go ahead and cover exactly this deck now. So with the Wandering Minstrel out of the way, we definitely want to start ramping as much as possible. So we have a couple of great options for us in the 2-drop slot. We have here Poo Poo UFO. Is that how I say it? Poo Poo UFO? I think that's right. Anyway, it's an artifact creature, construct alien, which is actually kind of a cool typing. More on aliens in the future, I know. But otherwise, it's a flying 0/4 that says you can tap it to then put a land card from our hand onto the battlefield. Notice that it says land, so it can be any one of our lands, and it's perfect for us because, again, we're running again non-basics. For 3 mana, until end of turn, this creature becomes base power equal to the number of towns we control. So this is actually a great way to have a high-flying finisher to smash away to victory in the air. Great for us overall. We will, however, want some more instant speed, faster ramp, so we also have Growth Spiral here. Time-tested classic here, Simic colors, draw a card, put a land card from our hand onto the battlefield. No muss, no fuss. With the amount of elementals that we will create with this deck, we definitely want to have a plan B to the deck if we cannot smash away to victory. So, one of my favorite cards here, Impact Tremors. Whenever a creature we control enters, this enchantment will deal 1 damage to each opponent, which is absolutely fantastic for our deck. We're going to try to make as many elementals as we can, while also getting a ton of landfall triggers with this deck. So, in order to do that, and I'm sure some people out there are going to get absolutely tilted from this, because I remember this card a lot and I absolutely hated, and I really do mean it, I hated this card when it first came out. But for today, we're going to be embracing this card 180. So we're going to show some love to the one and only Risen Reef in the 3-drop slot. Risen Reef here, an elemental 1/1. And this card says, when this creature or another elemental we control enters, look at the top card of our library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped. If you don't put that card into the battlefield, put it into your hand. So literally, this is going to be our massively powerful card draw engine. Every time we get an elemental out with the Wandering Minstrel or extra copies of Risen Reef here, we can start then just going off. If we can just get a bunch of other extra towns out for free, or at least start putting those cards into our hand, this is going to go a long way to provide us a ton of extra support as the game progresses. We definitely are going to still need to ramp faster though, so we also have here from Final Fantasy, Reach the Horizon. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards or town cards with different names and put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Simple, just again, this is your catch-all usual like 4 mana, get 2 lands out kind of thing, like Explosive Vegetation or what is it? The Circuitous Roots for Gates decks. You get the idea. It's pretty standard for decks like this. We also are going to have another great finisher in our deck here, Omnath, Locust of the Royal. So this is a legendary elemental. It's Teamer colors and it's 3/3. When Omnath enters, it deals damage to any target equal to the number of elementals we control. With all those of the landfall ability, whenever a land we control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on an elemental we control. And if we control 8 or more lands, draw a card. So this is another way we can keep drawing through our whole deck. But realistically, I actually kind of think of this as kind of like a very sweet burn card. I know it sounds weird to say that, but hear me out for a second here. If we start going off with a bunch of Risen Reefs, Wandering Minstrels, start putting down a ton of lands, and start making a ton of tokens, you in theory could be able to even burn out our opponent. So think of this as more like a plan C to the deck. Get this out with a ton of elementals at the end game, you can burn out your opponent out of nowhere. I actually do like how this card works for the deck. Now we're definitely going to need to move faster than what Wandering Minstrel can do. Wandering Minstrel, while provides us with a lot of elemental tokens, it's going to be a little on the slow side. So to speed up the process here, we're going to throw in 3 copies of Zendikar's Royal. So a 5 mana enchantment with landfall that reads, whenever a land we control enters, create a 2/2 green elemental creature token. Keep in mind with this, you technically can go semi-infinite with this and a Risen Reef as long as we can keep getting more and more lands to come out, because with the lands, we'll create more elemental tokens, which will trigger off Risen Reef, which will then keep the whole process going. Theoretically, you could go almost infinite with this until you almost kind of deck out. But it should be enough at least with this, and at least trying to maybe get Impact Tremors to go off, make a giant board of elementals, or just however we can. We have tons of ways of getting to victory, so it's a very synergistic how the deck works. If we still need even more card draw beyond that, because I don't even know what to say here. It's just so much ridiculous card draw, but you definitely are going to need it for a deck like this. We also are going to use Travel the Overworld here. It does look like a little expensive, but hear me out for a second here. It's a 7 mana that says draw 4 cards. However, it has affinity for towns. So every time we have a land on the battlefield, that means this spell will be cheaper to cost. Ideally, get it down to 2 mana, and you could draw 4 for 2. That's actually great value for the deck. So that's actually going to be great for us to kind of play catch up once we get to the mid game. And otherwise, now that we've kind of gone over the main part of the deck, let's go over the land base itself. So we still want to have some basics in the deck because we also don't want to completely be super slow. So we're going to still rock 3 islands, 2 mountains, 3 forests, and we'll rock in every team or color combination we can. So Barren Airship Kingdom here, Gogada Reactor Town, and Balam Garden Seed Academy here. It's actually one of the rare lands we have, but it does stack up because we do have mostly Simic colors. We'll have I'm totally gonna butcher this right now. Gua Dosalam Farplane Gateway. Okay, right? I got it, right? I think that was correct, right? Don't mess with me on that. And then finally, we're going to throw in Crossroads Village. Crossroads Village also is going to be good for us because Wandering Minstrel's ability does require us to have of course, Wooburg. So in order for us to get the white and the black that this main deck does not have, we will throw in Crossroads Village here, name white and name black for at least 2 of the copies, and we should now have all the mana perfected just to get, again, Wandering Minstrel's ability to tag off. Keep in mind, you don't have to do that, but it does provide us flexibility so we actually don't have to kind of splash into colors we don't need right now. We also have a single copy of Demolition Field here. This is, again, just to make sure we can just deal with enemy creature lands or non-basics we don't want to deal with. So that's going to be just an extra one in there. It also gets us off another landfall trigger when we need it. As far as the sideboard is concerned, if you are interested in seeing what you want to do in best of 3, here's what I would recommend. So we got Soul Guide Lantern here as our catch-all for Graveyard Hates. We have Negates here as our counter spell. We'll throw in Destiny Spinners here to make sure our spells cannot be countered, and same with our enchantments, so that's actually good for us. We also are going to utilize here a low-level Small Wrath here, Pyroclasm. Yes, it will blow away our board, but sometimes that's a small price to pay, given that, again, that might be more essential than what our opponent does. Keep in mind, with the 2 damage it does to each creature, that means it will avoid Wandering Minstrel and Poo-Poo UFO from getting blown up, so that actually can be helpful for us in the mid to late game when we just need to clear the board out. Heritage Reclamation is going to be for Artifact and Enchantment Hate. You can also use this as Pseudo Graveyard Hate to also help us draw a card at instant speed. And then finally, one of our secret cards here that a lot of people may not realize was great for a deck like this is Chandra Novice Pyromancers here. So 4 mana Legendary Planeswalker Chandra here has 5 loyalty, and it says tick up to give elementals we control +2/+0 until end of turn. So this can actually be a surprise little way of pumping up our whole board and blowing away our opponent. If you have to ramp, though, you can tick down for 2 to add 2 red mana, or tick it down to 2 to give 2 damage to any target. But realistically, you want to be able to keep ticking this up because we are all in on elementals, and this is actually a really sweet card for us and very synergistic for the game plan. But otherwise, that is the whole game plan, everyone, for everything we're going to try to do. Is it possible to have our Wandering Minstrel, the man about towns, go off on a budget? Well, there's only one way to find out. So I don't know about you, but I am super duper jazzed to see how well this deck is going to do. So let's go into Pioneer Ranked here and play our man about town. Oh man, this is going to be such a fun deck. Even if we don't get a bunch of wins, I will be super happy to see if towns manage to go off as I predict. In testing, it did pretty well. I know some of you probably out there probably know already. I say that all the time, but seriously, I think this one actually will be fun. I think this will be more than just a meme deck. But even if it is just a meme deck, I'm still happy about it. All right, let's go, opponent. Bring it on.
It's time to
Yeah. All right, so we've got Travel the Overworld here. We're going to be very, very slow with this hand here, but we do have 2 copies of the Wandering Minstrel, so that will help speed up the clock just a little bit. If we can at least get another couple of lands, we should be good to go here. The Travel the Overworld will help us, of course, catch up again. But otherwise, let's see. What do we got here? Opponents? Opponent is... What are they playing? They do have the Unolands, the sleeves. That's kind of cute. I do like the artwork for this deck. If nothing else, the artwork for Final Fantasy definitely was pretty nice. Big shout out for that. All right, they're opting. So while our opponent is doing the thing, how's everyone doing this weekend, everybody? Hopefully you're still having fun with Final Fantasy. But can you believe it? In about, what, 2.5 weeks? Oh, man, spoiler season is coming back again, everybody. I know what you're thinking, and yes, I know it feels like we just barely got the set. But seriously, in about 2.5 weeks, I think we're going to go right into spoiler season yet again, but this will be for Edge of Eternities. Sometimes it just feels like we're moving way too fast on certain things, but, I mean, here we are. Same green, so this way we can get the Wandering Minstrel down. Or at least we can guarantee that Risen Reef will come down no matter what land we get. So we got options here. Opponent is sleight of handing opting, so, okay, well, they're definitely spell slinging. What do you got, opponents? What could they be playing? Let's see. What they possibly could be playing. I have no idea here. All right, opponents? Nothing yet. Okay. Well, out of caution, let's play a Poo-Poo UFO. Let's see if they have an option to counterspell it or just blow it away. Okay. Tap land. Opponents? Still opting. Man, they are digging deep. Like, seriously, look at all that. Still digging deep. All right, opponents. What could you be doing? Still thinking. All right. Who's thinking us? All right, opponent. Anything else? Anything else? Okay, well, while our opponent is still trying to carefully craft their game plan. Okay, they got Treasure Cruise. Okay. So are they is it Phoenix deck? I guess they're the Phoenix deck. They exiled a ton of stuff, but they're kind of still not doing anything. Okay, another land. Artist Talent. Okay, well, they're mostly tapped out for the most part. Okay, sleight of hand. All right. Wow. Maybe they actually did not get the Phoenixes or anything in that. They're just spell slinging like crazy here. They threw away the lightning axe, which is actually good for us. I don't think we're gonna be ramping that hard. But okay. The Wandering Minstrel coming in. So we came here for a reason. So we're gonna do that now. Let's see. Let's play. We have a red already, so what do we pick here? We can't really cast anything per se, at least not yet. So let's play on white. So we want to start to get the mana the Wandering Minstrel is going to need to do their thing. So right now we have 4 towns. He'll start triggering off once we get to 5, so that's good. We need 1 more. But ideally, we might have to refuel here, which actually isn't too bad. Because we have plenty of ways of card draw with this deck. Just got to start going off, little by little. A Zendikar's Royal coming up in the next turn or 2 would be sweet to have. Whew, okay. Opponents. Thinking really hard here. Fiery Impulse, no surprise. So we will lose our Minstrel. Annoying, but still not the worst for us. Sick Block Prankster, okay. Opponent is still digging. So they got 1 Arclight Beam. Okay, wait, hold on. They got 2? Okay, well, they're finally catching up now. Okay. The last sleight of hand is going to be what's going to trigger off these Phoenixes, but we can find a way to get around them. We just need a little bit more in terms of our land base, and I think we should be able to go off. So, is that it, opponents? Are you completely tapped out? Alright, here come the Phoenixes. Got a 14. Okay, so we did get another land, so that's good. So here's how we do this. Wandering Minstrel coming down. Ping our opponent for 1. Baron untapped. Risen Reef. Come on, give me a hit. Let's start ramping. There we go, okay. There we go. Starting to go off here. Little by little. So we didn't get, of course, the full infinite going on because we still need a little bit more push. But a poo-poo UFO, if we can get that down and survive at least 1 turn, we might be able to buy ourselves enough time. Maybe. Let's see, opponent. What do you got? Show me what you got. Treasure Cruise again. Never enough fuel for the Phoenix deck. Is Phoenix right now the best deck in... Is this the best Pioneer deck right now? It's interesting now that you think about it, everybody. So seriously, for a second. Until maybe the banning is probably on Monday. Right now, is it? I think is the best color combination across multiple formats. So in Standard, it's the Is It Prowess deck. In Pioneer here, it's Is It Phoenix. And Is It... Oh, come on, opponent. Don't do that to me. How dare you. Boo. But anyway, and then in Modern, what is it? Is It Murktide, I think, is still the best deck in Modern? Yeah. Okay. They managed to get the Brazen Borrower to do its thing. So we can't ping our opponent just yet. Do they have anything else, though? Nothing yet. If they don't have removal, that should be fine for us. They can swing if they want to. Oh, they do have a Lightning Axe. All right. Of course. So, let's see. Can we survive? Can we even win? Anything else, opponents? 4 cards in hand. Opponents? Anything? Okay, don't keep me waiting. Okay, so we did get a forest. So let's see. Travel the overworld. Do you have an answer, opponents? 1 mana open, though. Okay, so we did get... Okay, so we did get another Wandering Minstrel. That's good. So with that, let us put down the island. Wandering Minstrel. Answer, opponents? Maybe. Okay, so we managed to at least get that to go off. Well, guess we'll put down Poo Poo UFO. We needed that to chump block for a turn. So our opponent has another counterspell. Opponent. Fighting axe number 3. Okay, so that's 1, 2. And they threw away. Okay. I guess we'll swing here. Nothing else we can really do. So we can sponge 1 hit. If we're lucky, we have 1 turn left. If we're lucky. But I'm worried that our opponent probably has the win right here in hand. But we're going to see. We need to wait. We need to wait it out. We're going to wait it out for a moment here. Treasure Cruise. Jeez, okay. Treasure Cruise again. I'm surprised Treasure Cruise is still okay in Pioneer. I mean, do we all think this is a strong card? Do we think this is too strong for the format? Do you think it's just right? Or is something else a problem with the Is It Phoenix deck? Or is it maybe just Is It in general? Don't get me wrong, I do like Is It Colors. I don't know. Once you play this deck a couple times and get some wins, I don't know, I find it kind of boring. But maybe it's just because I get very bored of decks very quickly. Maybe that's why I tend to do better doing content, because I play a deck for a while, I have fun with it, then I kind of get bored of it, and then I try to move on to the next big thing. But in any case, me rambling aside, opponents, spell slinging everything they got. I suppose I shouldn't be talking, though. Once we get near the end of this stream, we will be discussing a particular Is It deck that I'm actually very, very excited to talk about once we get to the end. Island. All right, Phoenix number 3. Okay, opponent is swinging. We can block 1 Phoenix, just 1. But is that enough? Do we lose? Fiery Impulse. Typically, the Is It Phoenix does not actually have burn to face, so we can sponge this hit. And that might be it for us. All right, so I don't know if there's any way out of this, but we're going to try. Impact Tremors. Literally 1 island open. Risen Reef. Ping, ping, ping. Draw a card. And then that's pretty much it. We can put all this down, draw 4 cards, but that doesn't matter at this point. Our opponent has more than enough fuel to stop us, and that's game. Well, it is what it is, everyone. Is It Phoenix? Very tough fight. Did we have fun? Not really, but it's fine. It's okay, everybody. We don't pack Graveyard Hit until we actually go to Game 3. Or Game 2, I should say. But we're playing best of 1 right now for the first part, so we're just going to have to roll with the punches. Moving on, though. Let's see. Maybe we'll get a better matchup here. But while we're waiting for this, another question I have for everybody here is, what do you think is going to get banned on Monday? Do we think bans are going to hit across all formats? Just Standard? Pioneer? Anything in Arena, or maybe paper specific? Let me know in the comments, everybody, and I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the chat too, also. I'd love to hear from any of you about, you know, what your initial thoughts are on anything. Okay, keep this hand. I did forget to mention that also the Balam also does have a transform ability. Usually we don't get to that point, but it's a nice option for the deck. Opponent is playing Leyline of Resonance. Okay, so all right, it's gonna be another one of those pump until we beat our opponent down decks. Joy. But I guess, again, I would be, I guess, a bit of a hypocrite if I didn't say I never played these decks. Okay. We might be too slow here, unfortunately. Down to 10 already. Okay, well. Alright. Growth Spiral. Not having much faith here, but we'll try. Okay. Tapped out against this deck. If they have the Monstrous Rage, we are dead. Oh, they have the Invigorator Rampage. Alright. Well, that was quick. Wow. Just everything right now is just way too fast these days. Okay, well, this might be a pretty, hopefully this stream will get better. Trust me, I assure you, the deck does work, everybody. Don't be hating. It will work, I can assure you. I just also don't want to have to go into a super casual format just to kind of get this to go off. But I know it does work. It does. Just got to find the right matchup for us. But definitely we are a slow deck. Okay. Okay. Shaking it off. And we're going to try again here. All right. Feeling this one. Feeling it. Let's go.
It's time to
Yeah. Okay. Wait, we got a diamond player we're playing against? Well, it's not fair, but okay. Maybe they're actually the worst diamond player. Either way, we're just going to still try to make it work. Put down the reactor town. Right, we can get Wandering Minstrel down next turn. Oh, we got a Risen Reef. That's good, too. Okay, so for that, we'll name blue. And now we can start planning our game plan here. What is Swamps? Blade of the Oni. Okay, so they're playing the Demon deck? I'm guessing. That's what I'm assuming they're doing. Crossroad Plains. Let's play on white. Okay. So we have now our 3 of our colors we need. Technically 4, but we still need another land for the next one. Opponent swinging. Get down to 17. Anything else, opponent? We might actually have to rely on the UFO to actually do our damage in a bit. We'll see. Graveyard Trespasser. We can't exile anything because we got nothing. Okay, in the meantime, Risen Reef. Get a Zendikar's Royal. Not what I wanted, but okay, it is what it is. Alright, opponents. Definitely building up their value. We definitely could use a lot more lands, though. So we're going to try to see if we can get some lands to go off here. Come on, deck. Don't fail me. Swing in here. Nothing to eat. We can technically block the Graveyard Trespasser. Heaven, over on YouTube. Love you. Well, appreciate the love. Thank you so much for that. And how are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a great day wherever you're at. Graveyard Trespasser again. Thanks again for joining us today, by the way. Awoo! Graveyard Trespasser. Risen Reef number 2. Okay, so let's see. Can we do this? Can this go off? Come on, deck. Give me some lands. I really, really could use some lands right now. Okay, nice. Tap. Tapped. Okay, so not bad. We got a little bit going on there. Okay, so with that, so we now have at least a decent amount of lands. If we can get the Zendikar's Royal to go off, maybe we have a shot of getting a comeback here. I'm feeling it, though. I think we can do it. We're going to wait on the Wandering Minstrel, though, for a bit. Or maybe we could put that in. I don't know. I guess it depends on our next card draw here. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Oh, okay. Opponent is turning on their stuff here, which is fine. Okay. We get a big swing here. Okay, nothing for our opponent to eat. So I guess that kind of helps us out a smidge. Okay, down to 5. Ooh. Can we survive? Okay, let's try. Alright, so Zendikar's Royal is probably what we're going to have to put down now. So, can our deck combo off here? Please, deck? Don't fail me now. Let's get this going. 2 Risen Reefs should be enough to hopefully go off here. There we go. There we go. And then we get black. Okay, so we got all of our colors now. And we should be able to go off here. Come on, deck. There we go. We're getting back all of our stuff. Yeah. There we go. We should be able to go almost infinite. There we go. And if we only have the impact tremors down, this would be perfect. But there we go, everybody. So in theory, with just 1 land and a couple of Risen Reefs, you should be able to theoretically go off here. Like, I honestly don't think we'll be able to fizzle, so this actually should be more than enough. Oh, man, this is beautiful. Oh, man, we actually don't even need now the towns to do their thing. Okay, wow, we actually fizzled a little bit there? Okay, well, I mean, no attacks, obviously, but okay, nice. Okay, so with that, we'll just have to throw away a bunch of stuff here. So throw away the Horizons. Throw away 1 Wandering Minstrel. Hold on. Summit 3. Okay, I guess Travel the Walt. And Rose Spiral. 6, 7. Okay, throw away 7 cards. A lot of cards to throw away. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay, so while we're thinking there, I think we have now enough to do our thing. Okay, so, opponent, you need to blow away the whole board to stop us. Could our opponent do that? Hive of the Eye Tyrant, okay. Even if they use their Graveyard Gluttons, I think we can survive the hit. We should be able to, in theory. Okay. Opponent, do you have anything else? Okay. Opponent does swing. Big swing. We have... I think we have enough tokens for this, right? Oh, maybe we shouldn't have thrown away some of the creature cards. Let's see. Okay. They can exile 2 each. So that means... Alright, so... Sorry, I'm trying to do the math in my head here. Did I mess myself up? Okay. They exile, and exile, and exile. Anything else, opponents? Okay. They're eating everything. Down to 3. They go up to 22. We go down to 1. But we have 9 elementals out. Okay, so... Block, block here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's 1, 2... Is that it? Is that enough? Did I mess this up? Come on. These 2, these 2. Okay, I think that's enough, right? I did the math right, correct? I hope I didn't mess up here. All right. Math is hard. Numbers are hard. I know, I say that as a Magic player. But seriously, they are hard. Okay. Opponent does a big swing here, and... Yay! We survived. Phew. Okay, so I think we should be good here. With that, let's play the Wandering Minstrel. There we go. I think this should be game right here. There we go. Yes. Aw, opponent. Aw, I wanted to throw that down and get a big swing in. Okay. Well, we still got a victory, everybody. Nice. Okay, we make it back up the side here, and we can get our win. Also, I finally get to do this. For those of you that usually know, I usually play the little F-Zero jingle, but I figured, you know what? We'll throw in a Final Fantasy one just to make it a little bit more on flavor. All right. Nice. Okay, so we got our first win for the day. That's good. All right. Let's get that comeback going on. Feeling it now. Feeling it much better now. Feeling real good once you get that first win in. But okay, you kind of saw right there what happened. So the deck kind of does its own thing. I know technically you don't need lands to actually have that that combo go off, but having the Wandering Minstrel once it's out, then can flip all those elementals into big beaters on games like this. So we were able to go big just enough to barely cover ourselves here. Wow, we actually came down to the wire. Note to self, definitely got to clip that one for later on for the future. But otherwise, going back to the game. So let's see here. We got 2 towns, a mountain, a risen reef, ooh, and an omnath. Okay. Nice. I think this should be able to help us go off. So, okay. Opponent, what are you playing? Show me what you got. Okay. Top land. And what do you got, opponents? Okay. Mountain. Kumamo. Okay. Alright. Looks like it's mono red aggro again, everybody. That's okay. That's fine. I guess I shouldn't be talking too much because we do handle mono red aggro ourselves a lot. Don't be wrong, I do like playing mono red aggro every so often. It is one of my favorite archetypes. I honestly just wish that we got a little bit more value out of such decks. I guess what I should say by that is I would like to see mono red aggro be good, but not too good that people hate it. Does that make sense? I don't know. All right. In the meantime, we'll wait for a second here. No attacks yet. We will wait it out. Okay, so we will try to chump block here if we need to. Screaming Nemesis. Okay, so they do have a bit of a power boost here. Okay, so can we get around this? Block the Screaming Nemesis. Tap. Put that on the field. We technically can activate the ability, but we're not going to. Although I realize now we probably could have gotten rid of a creature there. Oops. I didn't sequence that well. My bad, everyone. That's okay. Okay, so here's how we do this. That's 3, so that means if Omnath comes in, take out the Ember Heart, and actually no, not yet. We just have them as a blocker. I realize. I forgot that we probably were supposed to put down the Risen Reefs. I don't know why I was checking lands, or why was I checking lands? I'm doing terrible today, by the way. I'm not sequencing my cards correctly. Okay, any case, Kuramo does his ping. It's okay, everybody. We can rally back into this, despite my own misgivings. Opponent is just swinging away like nobody's business here. So, okay, that's fine. We'll sponge hits how we can. Bone Crusher Giants. Annoying, but not the worst. We still can take out their stuff. So down to 8. Okay, so Risen Reef number 1. Put the land down. Risen Reef number 2. Okay. Should be able to get some lands out. Alright, there we go. No blocks yet. So we got to keep using Poo-Poo UFO here to block Screaming Nemesis until the end of time, at least at this point. Screaming Nemesis number 2. Ooh, no, 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 no. No. Ooh, okay. This is where things are going to get a little tough. Okay. Can we survive this? Okay, so we have to lose Screaming Nemesis here, unfortunately. That's a small price to pay. Down to 2. Okay. Wandering Minstrel. Travel the overworld. Get 4. Okay, so with that, Risen Reef. Okay. Just slowly going off here. Ramping some lands. Baron Airship. Poo-Poo UFO again. Make a token. Go through the whole cycle again. Oh, man. I wish that we had that Impact Tremors earlier. Oh, that would have helped us out so much. Oh, man. Okay, Mega Black Source. Well, no attacks. So at this point, I think we might lose again. Their plan is just, again, mono red aggro. It's just tough. We don't have life gain in this deck. And they have burn spells anyway, so. Okay, well, we almost came back from that one. That's okay. We're still in this. Not a big deal. So, we'll go ahead and give this another shot here. We'll do one more best of 1. And then from there, we'll do a couple of best of 3s to see how well the deck does. If we kind of swapped around some things. Now that I think about it, maybe we should have put in life gain for the deck. I think that might have helped us out a little bit. So, it's something I probably have to address near the end of the stream. Alright. Well, while we're doing this also, and we're going to start getting our thing going on there. Heaven, if you're still there, how you doing today? Hopefully you're having a great day. Thanks again for stopping by. What made you want to stop by? Did you enjoy what we do already? Or were you lured in because this is a sweet, awesome budget deck? Right, so in the meantime, let's go ahead, let's get everything kind of set up here. Okay, Axebane, Ferox. Okay, opponent is now mono green aggro. Big stompy creatures. Can we stop this in time? Let's see. Airship. Growth Spiral. Okay, we didn't get the land we needed. Okay. Well, we're sputtering again a little bit here, but that's okay, everybody. Understand that, again, decks like this just means that we are definitely... Oh, jeez. Okay, wow. They sequence together. They... Jeez, this is bad. Ouch. Wow. Once again, we are looking like we are the worst Magic player in the world, everybody. But again, playing a budget deck does mean that we are at the mercy of dealing with whatever Arena wants to match us up with. But let's go ahead and let's give this a best of 3 shot. Let's play this in best of 3 and let's see how well we can do. So best of 3, Pioneer ranked. Trying again here. We were going to try. We're going to make it work. I know we can. This deck is not as terrible as you think it is. It is doable. So while we're loading up on that real quick, let me get a little bit of water over here because I am sweating away. I know. I don't look like it being a little fireball, but yes, even fireballs can sweat. try this again. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
It's time to
Yeah, all right. Feeling it, feeling it. Okay, so we've got... Wow, we cannot cast anything with this hand. Okay, well, that's a little awkward. Okay, it's fine. We will still mulligan, and we'll see what else we can get instead. Okay, same. Again, it's slow, but it is doable. So with this, let's play a Risen Reef off to the side there. Okay. We should be able to just ramp for days here. So at least these are the correct colors we need. Thoughtseize. Okay, Thoughtseize again. Yay. All right, what are you going to throw away, opponent, that makes us slow down? This is the Growth Spiral? Yep. Okay, so with that, get our Balam Garden Seed Academy down. Swamp. Bloodtide Harvester. So Rakdos mid-range. Let's see. Another one. I'm actually surprised these are not legendary. That's actually interesting now to think about it. Okay, Haunted Ridge. What else you got, opponents? Down to 17. Okay, nothing else. Thoughtseize again. Okay. Alright. Opponents. Not making this easy at all. They're just going to keep throwing away our stuff. Throw away our Omnath there. Bloodtide Harvester number 2. Really is a good card, by the way. I know I've talked about that card multiple times, but definitely is a solid card. Risen Reef. Come on. Give me at least one land. There we go. Okay. We've got a little bit of ramp going. We just need to start digging out more lands here, because literally at this point now we're just all lands. Do they sacrifice... They do not, so we'll have to take the damage. Okay, down to 11. Still not looking too good here. Regular Bankbuster. Alright. Travel the Overworld. Okay, well, that might help us out a little bit here. Okay, we're going to draw some cards. Come on, deck. Show me some love. Okay, Wandering Minstrel will be fine for later. Okay. Reactor Town down. So, no attacks yet. Okay. Drew a card. We might have to start sponging hits, which I don't want to do, but it might come down to that. Okay, Poo Poo UFO can also provide us a little bit of a blocking. Okay, opponent, 3 cards in hand. What do you got? 2 cards in hand. 1 card in hand. Archfiend of the Dross. Okay. Okay, they turn on. Okay, so they definitely want us to lose here as fast as possible. Okay. Down to 5. We do lose our Risen Reef. We take another 2 damage. Okay, so Wandering Minstrel coming down. 1 card left in hand, opponents. Okay, Baron. We will... Reach the Horizon. Okay, so from here. And... I guess that's all we can do. Black. UFO. But unfortunately, this is still not enough. Even with the UFO out and the Minstrel out, which is great for us, we still... Actually, I don't know. We could sponge the hit from the Archfiend, but we'll still lose because we have the chump block on the backswing, and that means Archfiend of the Dross does kill us. But still, we're able to at least kind of get our game plan off here somewhat. Opponent probably has a little bit more removal in hand. Oh, they had a Fabled Mirror Breaker instead. Okay, I was wrong. Okay. So with this, no matter what we do... Dang, we still lose, don't we? Okay. All right. Opponent, go ahead and just do your swing, do your thing, and then we'll just start planning for game 2. We'll see if we can try to find a way around the shenanigans they have thrown at us. Assuming our opponent does something. Okay, Mutavault gets turned on. Opponent wants to take no chances and just start taking things out. Opponents. Yoo-hoo! Anytime now, opponents. Anytime. Okay, so they do turn on the regular Bankbuster. Okay, so at this point, it's just pretty much just block everything, and then we die. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what we do. 4 creatures die. We get all the triggers to hit us, and that's it. Okay, going on to game 2 of this match. We'll see. How do we deal with mono black mid-range? So with that... Well... Nothing actually here really helps us now that I think about it. That's unfortunate. So we don't have any life gain. They're most likely going to try to start hitting certain things we have. I mean, the gates probably might help us out at most, minimum. But that might not be enough for us. But then what do we cut? I don't know if the impact tremors are going to be worth keeping. Travel the overworld might be a little bit too slow. We'll try that. Okay, well... We did not pack life gain for this deck, and I think maybe I might have to do tweaks later on for the cheaper version, which we'll talk about later on. But that's okay. That's fine. We'll let our opponent do their sideboarding shenanigans, and we'll see if we can try to rally back. We will try. Okay, so while our opponent is taking the time to think about everything, another question I want to ask for you is, what are your hopes for the upcoming Edge of Eternity set? I know we've got a couple more cards that were sprinkled out over the past couple days, but what are your thoughts on that set overall? Do you like it? Are you looking forward to it? Do you hate the idea of space travel in Magic? Let me know. I would love to hear from you guys about that. So, with that all said, I'm going to jump into game 2 here, and we'll see. Okay, so we're obviously going to be on the play, so let's go ahead and do this. So, there we go. Tap land. Opponent, what do you got? Do they have the turn 1 Thoughtseize? They have the Duress. Okay, of course. No surprise there. Wandering Minstrel's not bad, but still not helpful for us. Okay, so opponent, what else you got? The land? Okay. Alright, well, not horrible. Not too far behind. Reach the Horizon at least can get us some more towns, which we're definitely going to need. Failed the Mirror Breaker. Well, at least we can counter that. Phew! Okay, so at least that big threat is gone. Reach the Horizon is also, again, not shabby. So, Reach the Horizon's number 1. Let's go ahead, let's get out our lands. Name white. There we go. Okay. Well, we are getting our ramp going, so that's good. So little by little, we can at least get some value. I guess we'll throw away these 2. Okay. Opponent's making us discard everything in sight. Okay. Poo-poo UFO. Alright, opponents. Well, I guess we can throw it down now. Wandering Minstrel. Alright. Out of cards. Opponent, do you have any answers? Any answers at all? Fable the Mirror Breaker. Okay. That is a choice. They don't have a Fatal Push? Or they do? What do you got, opponents? Anything? Come on. Shouldn't take too long. You got 3 cards in hand. You know we have nothing else to protect ourselves here. Okay. Opponents. Thinking. Thinking. Opponents. What you got? You got 3 cards. Pick a card. Okay. Okay, well. I guess that means we can play Zendikar's Royal. So we can just kind of go off with lands. Maybe we can rally back. Maybe? Okay. Does this get the trigger off? Oh, wait, I forgot. We don't have enough lands yet. Okay, we still need 1 more regular. There it is. There's the Go for the Throat. So he has Go for the Throat, which ironically kind of is the best thing that the UFO can deal with because it can't be hit because it is an artifact. Okay, so yay? Who would have thought that actually would have been relevant? Okay, opponents. Anything else? Okay, Haunted Ridge. Opponents. High for the Eye Tyrant. Okay. That's something too. Thinking. Swinging. Okay. Okay, so I guess we can sponge one hit here. Wait. What are the... Okay, well, what are the chances they have something that's low powered? Okay, down to 17. Blood Tide Harvest, okay. So that's what they had. To make another blood token, but they can't do anything with it yet. Wandering Minstrel is also, again, not too shabby. Okay, turn on. Finally turn this on. Down to 14. Okay. Well, we finally started getting some hits with the UFO. Okay. Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Wow, we are completely sputtering here. We need something to help refuel us. Anything in our deck. Come on, deck. We have so much card draw on this deck. We cannot pull any of it out right now. Okay. It's okay. Someone must have saw that I was going to do a stream today. Like, nah, we cannot have Infernoman get any kinds of value from his deck. Nope. Gotta make him look absolutely terrible right now here online. Totally not conspiracy. Okay. Opponents. What else you got? Do you turn on anything? Creatures? Lands? 2 cards in hand. Clock is ticking. Ticking, ticking, ticking. What will you be picking? Turning on the mute vault right now. Got 1 card in hand. What is it gonna be? Should I block right now or should I end up dead? I don't know. We're gonna find out now. Okay. In any case, I guess we'll block the mute vault here. They have 1 card in hand. Down to 12. We're just... Okay, Archery of the Dross. That's our final card. Okay, so at least we got something here. Reach the Horizon is not the worst. Although ideally, we would like something else, but it's fine. Let's get out 2. Pick on black. Okay. We get to at least make some tokens finally. Make another token. No attacks. Okay. So, if Archfiend of the Dross does swing, we technically can stop it. But let's see if our opponent knows that. Okay. Still 1 card in hand. If our opponent plays it, then we should be good to go. Come on. What you gonna choose, opponents? What you gonna choose? What you gonna choose? Clock is ticking, opponents. Pick a decision now. You got 1 card in hand. I got nothing in hand. What you gonna do? Who knows? Okay. Anytime now, opponents. Don't keep me waiting too long here. Would like to actually be done with this soon. Or at least maybe not soon. Also, as an FYI, it looks like we're slowly starting to reach the halfway point of the stream. So as soon as we are at a certain point, we will try to then jump into a non-budget version. Maybe the non-budget version is actually the way to go with this deck. I don't know. But if you do like this deck, and if you do like the non-budget one we're about to... Okay, so it is a land. Okay, so what do you turn on, opponents? What are you going to turn on? So they make an extra Archfiend of Dross. Okay. It's a little scary, but we can still get around it. Opponent, however, can go really, really big with a lot of their creature stuff in their lands. One of the downsides, of course, of a budget deck is dealing with stuff like this, because we usually don't have in a budget deck creature lands that allow us to get around such things. We'll try. Oh, jeez. Okay. Big swing here. Okay, so... we can turn this on, so it technically can become a creature now. Block that Archfiend. We can then block here, and block here. Okay. So, Will this kill us? I think this might kill us here. Okay. And he tried. Down to 3. All those creatures die, and we still lose. Why is it when I played Archfiend the Dross, it never was this good? Every time I played Archfiend the Dross, we'd always face off against decks that always could blow it up instantly. Which I know is something that this deck kind of lacks. Is this deck doesn't have any hard removal, but it's kind of hard to do hard removal in Teamer colors when we actually are focused on being lands. The whole point of our deck is just to get an overwhelming amount of value. But it looks like we're still sputtering here. But okay, you know what? Maybe the budget deck is not quite where we want to be at. What if we took the time to then splash into another color? Maybe another color actually might be better for us. So that's what we're going to do right here now. Let's show you the upgraded version of the deck. If you're still fascinated by this, maybe you want to try something else. So with the upgraded version, what we're going to try to do is we're going to then get a little bit more tougher here. So we're going to take out the Impact Tremors. We're going to throw in War Leader's Call to give us a bit more of an extra oomph with our deck. We will be splashing now into white, so this might help us out a little bit more, but we'll see. This does mean that we can take advantage of a stronger town, so we're going to use Starting Town here. This is kind of like our best land that we have that can allow us to then fix our mana, and also comes down untapped as long as it's the first, second, or third turn of the game. So this is going to help us out in the early game really well. Otherwise, everything else in the deck more or less kind of keeps its core. We'll be adding in a Plains now. We'll add a little bit more variety with our lands just to make sure we have a little bit more variety. And then for the best of 3 version, we're going to add in stronger counter spells. So we have Dovin's Veto now. It's uncounterable. And speaking of uncounterable, we'll also add in Supreme Verdict here, just as another way to hedge our bets to make sure, again, we can protect ourselves more. So Guy Lantern will still be here as our key graveyard hate, along with Heritage Reclamation for that and Artifact Enchantment hate. Destiny Spinner still keeps itself in there. And technically, another way we can kind of wrath the board is going to be Chandra, Awakened Inferno. So we're going to go into this now as another alternate way of providing us an end game for us. Also, thankfully, this spell can't be countered either. So we actually have quite a few spells that just can't be countered, which actually helps us out a ton. Although now that I think about, Destiny Spinner may not be necessary here. You know what? We're going to actually cut this Destiny Spinner. I like the card a lot, but with the way our deck works, I think we might want to actually have some kind of incremental life gains. So we'll throw in instead Authority of the Consuls in the sideboard, so that might actually be a better option for us. And then, let's see, is there anything else we actually want to change here that kind of slowed us down or didn't help us out here? I don't know. Maybe... I'm not sure. I'm not sure, though. Maybe instead of 1 Growth Spiral, Druid class? I think that might be the only card I can think of that might help us out a little bit here. So, what do you think about that? Am I crazy for that? Do you think that card should go in? We're going to give it a shot. Just a single Druid class, so that we have some main deck life gain. I think that might help us out a little bit here. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll keep the Growth Spiral, and then we'll cut one of the Reach the Horizons. There we go. We'll try it that way. I don't know if that's going to help us out a bit here, but we're going to try. With our upgraded Towns deck. Okay, so let's see. Can the upgraded version actually do better than the original? Hopefully it can. At least it should. I spent quite a few of my rares and mythics to get this going. But okay, let's do it.
It's time to
Yeah, all right. Okay, so we got Rose Spiral here, Risen Reef. Okay, so still slow, but it does at least have the lands we need. Okay, what do you got, opponent? What are you playing against us? Can we get there? Speaker of the Heavens. Okay, so they're playing, I'm guessing, mono white angels, life gain. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out together. Okay, a Growth Spiral will help us out here to speed up our plan. Just a smidge. Okay, so it is going to be the Collected Company deck with angels, I'm guessing. Okay, so they got Giada. War Leader's Call will be nice for later on. So let's see. How do we do this here? Actually, let's start ramping because we're a little behind. Get our 4th land drop. Okay. So we should have now everything we need. We just need to start going off with our Zendikar Royal, Risen Reefs. We also have War Leader's Call too. So come on, deck. Show me some love. Let's hope our opponent sputters just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not asking for much here. Just enough for at least to buy us 1 turn. Maybe 2 turns. Righteous Vantage. Of course, they're not going to let us make it that easy. So. 5 lands. Risen Reef. Okay, got an Omnath. Poo-Poo UFO. Okay. So with that, if we can get down this combo And if by some miracle our opponent sputters here, maybe we have a shot of just surviving. Maybe. I'm hoping we can get around this. Doesn't seem likely, but we're going to try. 4 cards in hand, opponents. Okay, we tap 3 mana. Resplendent Angel. Jeez. Okay. Ooh, okay. Opponent just wants to go big here. Okay. Jeez. Okay, so block here because that's all we can do. Now we have like literally 1 turn to see if we can turn this around. I wanted to see if this deck actually can do stuff, but it just... Oh, boy. Okay. Okay, I'll try not to complain too much, everyone, but it is not going to be easy. Okay, so Zendikar's Royal. We make a token. Well, I mean, we're kind of going off here, which is nice, but it's just too little too late. Made some tokens, but it's just not enough. Angels is just too fast, everybody. Dang. Maybe... I think I probably can think of right now what is going to be the main reason why towns just will not take off as well as gates or deserts or even caves. There is one thing I have noticed right now that we are missing horribly from a deck like this. It is in the sideboard, but it's not main deckable. I mean, at least we could put it in main deck, I suppose. But the main reason I'm talking about right now is it seems like, at least from our initial play, having a Wrath in the main deck might help us out a lot more here. So I think that might be something we might have to kind of swap in. But we'll talk about that more in a bit. Okay, so again, slow hand, but that's okay. We can get there with this. It is doable. Let's see. Oh, I just wish this wasn't a plains. Like, this was like at least like an island or a forest. This would help us out a ton, but it's okay. All right, opponent, what do you got? Show me what you got. Bring it on. Okay, Sacred Foundry. Raven Inspector. Oh, okay. So the Convoke deck is what I'm guessing this is. We'll see. We shall see. Okay. Warden. Okay, so it is this deck. They're going to have to tap down a lot of stuff in order to do their thing. So that does buy us a little bit of time. At least until we can get out other things. Lethal Demolition. Okay. Alright, opponents. I do know how the deck works, so... Ugh, they are off to a strong start. Very strong start. Alright, Wandering Minstrel coming down. Alright. So, we can sponge a hit. Like, only like block one thing. Literally one thing. But we'll see if we can try to get around this as best as we can. If we can just get maybe another way to ramp, that might help us out a ton. Okay, come on, deck. Knight of Errant of Yas. Okay, opponent is trying to go big. Ugh. Okay, they got another knight. Oh, jeez. Novice Inspector. Okay, but thankfully, again, everything is still not being utilized as yet. They want to go big. I know they definitely want to go big. But this does provide us a little bit of time. I hope enough time for us to recover. Okay, got a Growth Spiral. Okay. Okay, I think we Growth Spiral. That might be the right answer. Okay, take a token. Okay. So at least now we have that online. We can sponge one hit with one elemental, but we still need to get these 2 cards on the field, and that's going to be... That's a tall order right now, all things considered. Okay. Is opponent just going to try to go super big here, or do they already have the finisher in hand? Oh, they do have the finisher in hand. All right. All right, opponents. Oh, gee. Okay. Well, block here, and block here, because that's all we can do. Ouch. Wow, down to 1. By some miracle, we did not die. Okay. Well, opponent's still doing their thing, but it's still not enough, because we don't have in the main deck our Wrath. That's the only thing that hurts us a bit. Okay, so... Is there a way out of this? Do I just put down the Zendikar's Royal and just call it a night? Okay. Take a token. Take another token. That's just not enough. Dang. Come on, show me us some love here. Where are our matchups that help us out here? We're looking completely goofy here, and we're just going completely down in our ranks. Okay, I vote for myself again for the worst player right now currently in Arena. Well, I guess I should say, I go, okay, maybe I should dial it back. You know, obviously I'm being dramatic here. I don't want to say I'm the worst, but I just look terrible because I keep playing all these budget decks, and I have fun with the decks. I do like making them, but unfortunately our opponents do not care that we are playing budget. They are here to win. We are trying to win too, but we're trying to win in the most jankiest way possible. I guess I'll say, am I the jankiest player on Arena? Probably. I think that's probably the better way of saying it. I'll keep this hand, though. It is a little high-priced, but it's okay. It's okay. We did get one win off, so it's not like the deck does horrible. We just need to kind of find the right matchup for us. But I know we can get there. Heartfire Hero. Okay. Opponent's not playing around. So, with that, Demolition Field. Poo-Poo UFO. Then at least can block for a little bit. Sort of. Okay. Mutavault. Nothing yet. Alright, Risen Reef coming down. We go down to 19. But hopefully we can get a land here. Come on, land. Give me a land. Sparsh. Okay. Giant hits it. That's okay. Still does the trigger. Nice. Okay, we did get a land. That's what we wanted. So, we could still hang in there. Okay. Opponents. Screaming Nemesis again. Okay. They'll swing, but at least here we can block. Down to 18. Okay, in the meantime, let's see. Well, travel the overworld. Okay, 4 cards. And then tap land, pass. So, now we have more than enough lands. We just need to start getting them all out there quick. And maybe we can get back into this fight. At least I hope we can. Okay. Sunspire. Oh, jeez. Well, that hurt us. Okay. I'm still swinging here, being aggro. Down to 11. Okay. Omnath. Doesn't help us too much here because we don't have any creatures out. Down to 10. We can make 1 token and pass. But at least we could chump block for a smidge. We just need to get a little bit more going here. Just a little bit more going, and I think we might be okay. I don't know. Maybe. Bone Crusher Giants. Opponents. They're turning on their mice. Make it a little stronger. Okay. Block here. Block here. Down to 7. Really could use some life gain right about now. That actually would be nice, but we're still not there yet. Let's see here. How do we do this? Throw Spiral. Make a land. Hit. We can poo-poo UFO. Actually, hold on. Make another token. Sacrifice that. Okay. Make our opponent dig out a land. We can also get a basic, which is good. So we're not completely destroyed here. We are trying. Get another land. Poo-poo UFO. Okay. So, we can sponge hits for a little bit. Just a little bit. Not by much, but we'll try. Okay, so... Omnath would be nice if we could only get that down with more Zendikars, or at least with more Elementals. We just need, again, literally something. Anything. Anything. But at least we've made it this far to slow down a mono-red aggro deck. Okay, opponent, what else you got? What else do you got? No, you got something in hand. Oh, clock ticking. Ticking, ticking, ticking. What will you be picking? Ticking, ticking, ticking for mono red. Anytime now, opponents. Well, again, while we're waiting, again, as a friendly reminder, for some reason you do enjoy my jankiest of videos, whether you're watching right now live or on the replay, however you want to do it, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe if you do enjoy me looking like an absolutely terrible player, so you don't miss out on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, deck techs, and so much more. I assure you, don't worry, there's actually a lot more fun with this channel with not looking horrible, but even if you are a fan of this and you don't want to spend a ton of money on Arena, then by all means, check out the channel. We have a lot of cool stuff here. Okay, so let's see. Block here. Block here. Block. Okay. Block here. Block here. Take out the links. So I guess we can kind of take out some creatures here. Little by little. Okay, so Sunspider Lynx is down. Okay. Traverse the... Okay, let's see. How do we want to do this? I guess we put down here, and then... Oh man, this is... I have to, travel the overworld. 4 cards. Only 1 land. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Okay, so we managed to at least get some more creatures down, but it's still not enough. We still fell too far behind against a very aggro deck. Kumamo. Down to 5. Okay. Do they use their Ramanop Ruins? Okay, no, they turn on Heartfire Hero. Okay. Ugh. Okay, we have to keep sponging hits. I don't know how we're surviving, but we are. Block the Screaming Nemesis here. Block Bone Crusher. Block Heartfire. Some way, somehow, we're not dead. I don't know how, but we're still alive. Okay, Wandering Minstrel. And then... reach the horizons. Get some more towns. Again, we're still not dead. I don't know, again. Not sure how it's possible, but okay. Omnath. Okay, take out Screaming Nemesis. He can go to our face, but that doesn't kill us. Wait, oh, never mind. I forgot that it's 5 damage to him, so that means that's 5 damage. Okay. I messed up there, everybody. I thought we were gonna stabilize there, but we kind of messed up there. I forgot the damage actually also is based on how much we do to him. Well, it's okay. But we almost came back from that. Some way, somehow. We almost did. I realized I probably should have gone after the Bone Crusher Giant. That was probably our better shot there. That's okay, though, everybody. Not a big deal. We will just try again on another one. Oh, I feel like maybe we could have stabilized just enough, but I guess we'll never know now. That's okay. That you can attribute to me being a bad player. But okay. It's okay. Not a big deal, everyone. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead. Let's kind of shake that off, and let's go ahead. Let's play it again. Feeling good.
It's time to
We're going to do it this time, everyone. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. This will be the one, everyone. We're going to get a win with this deck. Unless they do a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Okay, opponent. What do you throw away? Okay, opponents. What you picking? I'd probably pick the Wandering Minstrel. Oh, it's just Poo-Poo UFO. Okay. Interesting choice, but okay. That is a choice. So I'll let them have it. Maybe they have removal. Okay. We got Omnath. So I guess that's not too shabby. We're going to try not to play the Wandering Minstrel just yet. I want to see if they tap out first. Is this the mono black mid-range deck? Okay, so it is. Unholy Annex. Okay. They hit themselves for 2. We can then play Starting Town. And then Risen Reef. Come on, just 1 hit. Great. Okay, so we managed to catch up just a little bit there. Okay, opponents. Ritual Chamber, Unholy Annex. Ooh, they're greedy. Unholy Annex number 2? And that's a ton of card draw, but that's also hurting them a lot. That might help us out just a smidge. War Leader's Call. Let us play a mountain. Swing here. Down to 10. Okay, opponents. That is a very greedy move there, but is it going to pay off for them right now? If they have one demon, then they can come back. But we'll see what they do. Liliana the Veil. Not quite what I was expecting, but okay. Take down? Yep. Okay. We have a way of getting rid of her thanks to Omnath here, so that's not actually bad. Wait, I don't know why they did that. Okay. Oh, I forgot. That's because they can turn on Mutavault just to make a demon. Okay. That's annoying, but okay. It does work, technically. I was going to throw away some cards. Okay, Growth Spiral. So, Wandering Minstrel coming in. Hang our opponent for 1. We play Omnath. Hurt ourselves for that much, but that's okay. We take out Liliana. Hang our opponent down to 12.
I know when I'm not wanted.
Make a token. Okay. We're slowly staging our comeback. Just a little bit. Opponents, you got a full hand. What else you got? Fatal Push. Boo. Anything else, opponents? Still got a full hand, though, by the way. I'm surprised they don't have a single demon yet. Okay, so what else you got, opponents? Still thinking. Liliana the Veil again. Do they tick up or do they tick down? Okay, they do tick down. So with that,
one of your friends has to leave.
we will lose that one. They will turn on the Mutavault here just to keep themselves alive. Okay. Draw a card. Draw a card. What do you just call number 2? Not quite what I was expecting, but okay. Growth Spiral. Come on, okay, there we go. That's a good hit. Okay, go up to 5. War Leader's Call again. Do we go to face? I guess we go to face. Down to 9. So it can't tick down, but Liliana can make us discard for now. I mean, I assume in hand they already have probably anything that can make us discard anyway, so that was going to be inevitable. Okay, if we can just get something to help us draw more cards again. We just need any one of our card draw spells to get us back in this fight. Bruce Rider, okay. Run to 7. They'll probably turn on Mutavault. Give to Aetherborn. Okay. Pick up Mutavault, okay. Does allow them to draw some cards in the most annoying way possible. Zendikar's Royal does not help us anymore. Okay. Wow. Alright. Lose another one. Maybe this deck actually is not good at all. Or maybe I didn't build it right, but we completely have lost all of our matches and have dropped down in rank. I know I've said this a million times over on stream, but I will always say it again. Don't worry too much about the rank, even if I do look like I'm not having fun, but I do ensure that as long as you can make it to Platinum, Platinum is again where you want to sit if you actually try to rank up just a little bit. Anything beyond that is honestly just a grind. And you only would grind it if you're a person that actually cares about ranking up to get to Mythic. Although the average Magic player doesn't usually care about making it to Mythic. I mean, unless that's something you like to do. But if I was honestly to make it to Mythic, I wouldn't be playing any of these jank piles. I actually would be playing meta decks. Because I've done it before. But it's just not fun for me. Fun, of course, comes in the form of, well, I mean, however you make of it. And I have fun with, of course, budget jank piles. So that's why I play what I play. In the meantime, enough of me rambling on about what I believe in. Let's go ahead, let's see if we can get a victory here. Okay, tap land for opponent. Okay, so that's not too shabby for us. Down the airship. Okay, so with that, War Leader's Call will come in next. So we should be fine there. Opponents. It stopped. Do they have an answer? Nope. Okay. Nice. Or do they have something else to destroy it? Opponents. Aw. Okay, they had March of the Whirly Lights. So we're dealing with what? I guess we're dealing with Azorius Control. It's probably Azorius Control. I'm guessing they might use their Field of Ruins to start taking away some of our towns, but we do have enough basics that we can cover that, just in case. Hey, Plains. Risen Reef, that's not too shabby. Okay, play the Risen Reef. Come on, opponents. Let me have this. Come on. Okay, so that's good. Got at least one land. So we now have enough where Zendikar's Royal can now be played, which is great. Field of Ruin. Okay. That's a choice. Get out our basic. Actually, I just realized now we have all of our basics on the field. Huh. I guess I didn't think about that until right now. Okay, opponent still got 6 cards in hand. Do they have anything else that can stop us? Nothing yet. Zendikar's Royal. Does this stick? Or do you have another counterspell? Most likely you do. Okay. Okay. Anything else, opponents? Okay, 19. Put down the land. And pass. Man. We have not been doing that well. Not very good at all this game. We have been trying our hardest to see if we can at least try to do something. But it just seems like we've only gotten, yeah, 1 win so far today. But we are trying. Okay. Make a token. So, okay, let's do our thing here. Okay, opponent. Anything else? Is this the Wandering Emperor turn? Oh, it's a Shark Typhoon. Okay. I guess we'll Growth Spiral now. Can we at least get some more stuff to go? No. Okay. We got 2 tokens. We got a Shark Typhoon. Anything else, opponents? What else you got? Okay. No swings yet. Okay. So with that, Risen Reef number 2. Can this do anything? Okay, reach the horizon, so I guess that's not horrible. Can we go off here? Maybe? Okay, well that's nice. Submit 2. Okay, well here come the elementals, so this is nice. Come on deck. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we'll just swing with our 2 here. I'm assuming our opponent has to have a Wrath in hand. Or the Wandering Emperor. Either or.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
+1/+1 counter there.
Remember your training.
10-17. Let's see, and then starting town. Draw another card. Okay, well, Druid class might help us out later on. Maybe. That life gain will be nice. Okay, come on, deck. Don't fail me now. They don't have enough, thankfully, for a farewell, which I'm a little scared about. But we might be able to get through this. Okay, they tick down.
Keep watch for intruders.
Opponents? Nothing yet. Okay. Well, I guess we'll take up to level 2. Okay, we will travel the overworld. So draw 4. Okay. Well, Wandering Minstrel. Okay. Take a token. Ooh, Ward Leader's Call's not too shabby either. Nice. Okay. Maybe with this combo here. Okay, opponent does allow us to have it. Start doing her pinging. There we go. Well, some way, somehow managed to just slowly get this combo all set up, but I'm still worried they're going to just blow everything away in just a little bit here. Alright. Anything else, opponents? Still 6 cards in hand. You have to have something in hand, opponents. And that honestly makes me very scared. Very worried about what's going to happen here. I mean, we're still going off. Okay, so at least we have another Wandering Minstrel to back us up. So what do you have, opponents? What do you have? Is it what I think it is? Is it a Wrath? Is it a bounce effect? What could you possibly have? I know you have something in hand. Just completely rattling me right now. Trying to get into my head. That's what they're doing. Oh, they got a Shark Typhoon. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but okay. So they can block. They have enough creatures to block with. Yep. Block and block. Okay. Down to 9. Oh, wait. Why did I do that? So, I have a 16/16 land. I don't know why I did that. Wow, I really am misplaying right now horribly. I'm being distracted, by the way. Let's see. Does our opponent actually have an answer? Do they actually blow us all away right here? If this is the farewell, I swear I'm going to... Oh, come on! No! Oh, jeez. Absolutely devastating. Okay. Finding a way to rebuild here is going to be a struggle. We're going to try and rebuild. Okay, come on, deck. Okay, so we got another Wandering Minstrels here, just in case. Starting town. Okay, make a token. Draw another card. Okay, so we have all of our Wandering Minstrels at this point. Seriously, at this point, we just need to just push through, but our opponent literally probably has everything stacked up to just completely blow us away. I honestly don't know why. Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. But at some point, I asked myself, wait, why did I do that with the Druid class? And just make that. But our opponent had the farewell anyway, so I guess it doesn't really make a difference.
Guards, to me.
But either way. Okay, opponent. Poo-poo UFO. It's the major threat right now. But I know they also have to have a Wandering Emperor, because literally they're just waiting for us to... Oh! We won? Wait, what? How? Opponent, you had 6 cards in hand. You didn't have any answers to us? Or did you give us a pity win? I mean, yay. I'll take it. But I was very baffled. Very confused. Do they not? Okay, well. A win's a win, yay. I'll take it, I guess. But yeah, I felt like they should have had something in hand there, but okay. Alright. We'll just give it a try again, another couple more games. And then we'll see if we can swap over to a best of 3 with our deck to see if that might be better. But there are definitely some things that I probably will have to address with the way this deck was designed that I think might help and go a long way to kind of fix some of the issues that I see. If you think you see any issues, let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think probably should have been changed or fixed for our deck? I would love to hear from you. Okay, in the meantime, opponent is still... We're still trying to find an opponent. Okay. And while we're trying to find our next opponent here, let me know what would you like to see. We're going to try to put up again a poll, if not tomorrow, maybe Sunday, to ask what would you like to see us do that we haven't already done on stream, or at least in a video coming up. What would you like to see for an upcoming deck itself? I would love to hear from all of you. Okay, opponents. Still try to find someone here. You know what? Let's just cancel it. We'll try again. Didn't quite find anybody there. But that's okay. Let's give this one more shot here. Find your rank best of 1. There has to be somebody out there to fight. Can't tell me everybody is busy right now. Okay. Thinking. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
It's time to do.
All right. Okay. So, not quite the right colors to get the War Leaders call out, but we do have the Wandering Minstrel, which is good enough. Okay. So with that, get down our, again, Guadosalam. I think I got it now. I think I got it. Only took me like 90 minutes into the stream to pull that off. Speaking of things to pull off here, looks like our opponent is going to try to do shenanigans with their mice. And sure, I could do this too. But what fun would that be when you have so many other people that are already doing meta decks? Okay, Comedy Scamp. Okay. Starting town. Okay. Well, that's not too shabby there. We're going to try to put down the War Leader's Call now. At least this way, when we start getting creatures out, we can start pinging away and also have some stronger defenses. But we'll see if this is enough. Is this going to be enough to hold us off? 2 mana open. They got 2 creatures that definitely would love to get pumped up a ton. Might of the Meek. Okay. Here they go. Okay, another land. Is that enough? Anything else, opponents? Thinking really hard about this one. Heartfire Hero number 2. Any more pump? Expedite. Okay. Ugh. Not good. Okay, down to 9. This is literally now our turn to survive. Okay, starting town again. So. Wandering Minstrel. We ping our opponent. We can play... What do we do here? Okay. Academy. UFO. It's a 1/5. Ping our opponent. Okay. So we can block technically for a smidge. Not by much, but we can. So we're not dead. But we can survive at least a turn or 2. Well, actually, maybe at most 1 turn. 1 whole turn is probably all we got. Ancestral Anger. Because our opponent is aggro. Yeah, where's all the mid-range decks we should be fighting? I swear, Arena always does it to us, where we try to fit us into all these little bubbles and whatnot here. Okay. I'm literally just blocking because at this point, whatever they have, they're just going to blow us away. Because, of course, when I play mono-red aggro, I don't play against decks like my jank piles. I always play against the life gain shenanigans. Totally not salty about that. Okay. They can sack it, and we're dead. Down to... Alright. Dead again. Wow. We're making this look so hard to get 4 wins today. Our 4 wins for our dailies. Absolutely dreadful. Alright, well. Let's try to do one more best of 1. Man, it's been a rough night. But we'll see. Maybe if this... I mean, again, we're trying to give it a fair shot with any deck we do. Good or bad, we will still try to see how well we can do. And then once we're done, as always, once we get to the end of the stream, we'll talk about the deck overall, see how well we do, see how we're feeling. But how y'all feeling about the deck so far? Be honest with me. Do you feel like this is just a pile that's just not quite at the level of even, like, a Gates deck? Or do we feel that this has potential, but maybe we didn't build it right? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, everyone. I would love to hear from you. Jace Vryn's Poppy. Okay. Interesting choice, but okay. Starting town. Let's get the Minstrel down now. So we are shields down for a bit while we wait until we can start ramping out. Okay. Gloom Lake Verge. Shielding. Edict. Alright. Not what you wanted to see. No, come on, opponents. Come on! Okay. They'll do their thing. Okay. Okay, they do draw a card, discard a card. Okay. Opponents. What you discarding? Okay. Land. So, meantime, another tap land. This is also, again, a tricky part about decks like this. There's definitely ways you can keep drawing cards and get a lot of action, but if we can't get our lands down to do our thing, it is a very slow process. Maybe we should have put in, I don't know. I don't know if we're missing anything else. I'm just playing literally a Jace deck.
I know where to find all the answers.
Draw and discard. Okay, they flip other Jace, so now they have 2 Jaces out. Disgusting, by the way.
Royal. How does it all fit together?
Okay. What else you got, opponents? Anything else? Okay, they tick up.
I have a lot to
So.
think about.
Poo-poo UFO. That's all we can play. Play the airship. We could reach the horizons, so that's not still going to be helpful. But we are still very slow. Very, very slow. Okay, opponent, what else you got? I feel like I've just been getting everybody free wins tonight no matter what we play. Sphinx Tutelage. Okay, so mill away. Is it... Well, there's self-mill. I mean, the -3. Okay, that's annoying, but that's okay. -2. Okay, so we're like -5 right now.
Knowledge is a skeleton key.
Didn't think I'd see that much, but okay. Let's get out 2 more lands there. Another land. No attacks, of course. Come on. Okay, opponent's starting to mill us. Joy. But we technically now have enough where we should be able to then start doing our thing, although our opponents still can fatal push us. Okay. Oh, I realized, we could have put another land down. Oops. But we have enough lands as is, so I guess that doesn't really matter to... I don't know. I'm just kind of getting a little jaded right here, everybody. I know I usually am not like this. But it's just kind of hard to kind of maintain a positivity with a deck that ends up being not very good. But I don't know if that's probably a contribution of not enough support for towns, or the contribution of, again, us playing terribly. I don't know. Now we're getting plenty of lands, just no action. Okay, submit 2 here. Got there. And pass. Okay, deck. If there was a time for us to draw into our draw cards, now would be the time to do it. Come on, deck. Anything. Anything at all. Give me some... Okay, well, take that, opponents. We don't have anything playable. Nope, nothing playable. You just hurt yourself for 2. Got him. Okay, -2. They keep ticking up.
See how all this connects.
Not that it really helps them, or helps us either. Okay, opponents. Millen. No. Well, that was unfortunate to lose. We could have used that for sure. Okay. Popped. Anything else? Come on. More Sphinx Tutelage shenanigans. Okay. Okay, so we're down to half of our deck now. Is there anything... Okay, Growth Spiral. Well... We're just, at this point, desperate to get back into this fight no matter what. But right now, it's still not quite where we want to be. Got nothing else going on here. Oh, man, this is just... I think this is probably worse than just getting hit with aggro. Because at least aggro, it's fast. And it's done quick. In this version here, we're getting just completely dragged here. Okay. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just kind of bored right now. It's not working out, and it does not look good for anybody here, so I'll just take the L. Okay, well, at this point, we'll try a best of 3. Maybe best of 3 is where this deck does a little bit better. Hopefully. At least I hope so. But okay. Let's just do this here. Come on, deck. Show me some love. I just want to see if we can get at least a couple of victories here. Just something. I believe in Towns. We got to believe in Towns. Hopefully, again, something can turn out better here. Okay. Still waiting for an opponent to show up and see if maybe we can get a victory here. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's time to do.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Opponents. Waiting on them. If it ends up being really, really bad, I might... I really don't want to do this, but I might actually try to play a couple of non-ranked matches just to prove that it still is playable. Oh, MTG Hillbilly, howdy. Thanks again for stopping by. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Appreciate you joining us. Trying to find a way to make Towns work, and it's been not too good. But we're trying. Still haven't given up just yet. Okay, so with that, okay, so we got the Yorion Blink shenanigans, but can we get around that? We will see here. Okay. So we got a little bit going on here. Okay, 6 cards in hand, opponents. What else you got? Anything? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so they are definitely blinking stuff. Lots of blink for our opponent here. Can we get around that? Unholy Annex. Huh. Interesting. Not what I was expecting with this pile, but okay. MTG Hillbilly. Towns are hard because of them being tapped. Yeah, but again, I am a fan of quirky jank piles, and we've done, of course, on this channel every land style. We've done, of course, gates, caves, and deserts. But right now, honestly, towns have been the hardest right now on me. It hasn't been the best, but we will try a little bit longer. Our record today has been abysmal. Like, seriously, it's been really bad. We've only gotten 2 wins, and I feel like one of them has been a bit of a pity win. But again, it just is how it is when you play on a budget. Still, not going to try to give up yet. I still feel we can try to pull off something here. I hope so. Out of 15. Maybe we just need, like, really, really slow opponents that also hurt themselves. And also fumble on mana. If we get that all going for us, then maybe we have a shot. Okay, so Risen Reef. Okay, come on, deck. Ping, ping, ping. Oh, it's probably got removal here. If I'm not mistaken. Nowhere to run. Surprise. Okay, but we still got at least 1 trigger off. Come on. Give me at least 1. Okay, that's not what I wanted, but okay. Well, making this look as hard as possible, I guess. That's the name of the game today, but we're not giving up. We still can get there. I know we can. Okay, they turn on for their demon, so now they have an option against us, but okay. Clock is now ticking very quickly here. Okay. Poo-poo. UFO. This is mostly just for blocking purposes at this point. Okay, Growth Spiral. Draw a card. Put down the play. Down the play. Okay, so I mean, now we have enough lands. We just need to untap and survive a turn. Like, literally, that's all we need to do. But every opponent, of course, has some kind of removal for us. And this is no different. Okay. Hopeless Nightmare. Alright. Well, I mean, I guess throw away 1 Zendikars Royal. Oh, Kaya. And that's game. Dang. Okay, well, we tried. But we're still too slow. Okay, so going on to game 2. Oh, and once again, we're getting UI issues. Love to see that, Wizards. Really do need to fix that, by the way. But okay, so at the very least here, we have a better option of like what we can do to kind of stop this game plan. Okay, so I think cut those Omnaths here. We will cut the Druid class, and then Heritage Reclamation comes in for sure. Authority of the Consul slows down our opponent and gives us life. And, or maybe we get the Dovin's Veto instead. Yeah, it's just hard because lands, like a landfall package like this can work, but it's extremely slow. And we're just going to try what we can. Okay, so... We're going to cut the UFO and put it in the vetoes instead. We're going to be more of a controlling style. We'll see if that works. Okay. Let's give it a try. I don't want to give up yet. I know we can get at least a couple more wins. At least I believe so. But I think if we really have to come down to desperation time, I might do a couple of unranked matches just to at least prove that at least this is a fun casual deck. But it's definitely not going to do you any favors in ranked. Because if you're going to take this into ranked, you're going to get pummeled like we did. But at least I'm going to be very honest about that. That's one thing I'll always say is, like, remember that, again, you can play anything realistically in ranked, and I'm sure you can find success, but there are definitely going to be the decks that you can definitely tell are going to make you definitely work for your win, or most likely going to just let you coast on by because it's better. But okay. Shaking it off now, let's give this a try.
It's time to
Yeah, alright. Okay, so. Okay, nice. Well, we got to turn 1 Authority of the Consuls. We can't really play anything else, but at least this slows down our opponents and does buy us time. That's what we want right now. Okay, Authority of the Consuls turn 1. So, this buys us, hopefully, at least a couple of turns, gives us some life to sponge hits while we prepare ourselves. Okay, if we can just get 1 or 2 more lands, Risen Reef should be able to go off. Should be able to get the Reach of the Horizons to do their thing. Okay. Definitely could use some towns right now. Anything. I really hope we don't get screwed here. We had a good opening spot right here. Okay, opponent, what do you got? Opponents? Okay. Land. Nothing. Anything? Okay, growth spirals would be nice if we actually had green, but... Okay, come on, deck. Don't hurt me like this, please. I just want to see if we can get at least one decent win. Like, one legit win. Okay, Field of Ruin. I mean, it can't really do anything against our basics, but okay. Oh, come on, deck. Don't do this. No! Don't do this to me now, deck. Don't hurt me like this. I swear, I'm going to be so upset if we do not get a green source. I will take even... Oh, jeez. We're going to give our opponent here literally another free win. Ugh. Slowly onto the Veil. Okay. So, let's discard. Let's we throw away Growth Spiral because we can't afford to even have that. Come on, deck. Something. Anything. Okay, well, we have mana for Dovin's Veto, which is nice, I guess. Okay. So we're playing on like impossible mode right now. Just making this extremely hard no matter what we do. But we're going to try. Come on, deck. Show me some love. Something. Anything? 4 cards in hand, opponent. They got plenty of mana to cast stuff. But they're not casting anything. There's a way they're the removal, though. Okay, so... something there, but they're going to blow that up. We do need our lands, but if they blow that up, I think we can still... I mean, we still have a green source, so that's not like it's horrible. Okay. Anything, opponents. And do they make... Okay, they'll make a token. But it does give us life, so it does sponge us for a little bit. Opponents. You can just discard some more.
We all have things we'd
Okay.
rather forget.
Throw away a Reach the Horizons. They throw away land. Anything else about it? Okay, Portable Hole. Well, I guess we can counterspell that. Our opponent probably was not thinking we had a counterspell in hand, so got him. See? We can do stuff with it. Okay. Anything else, opponents? They swinging. Down to 20 again. Okay. So, we're going to wait here. Well, as easy it is to do this, I don't know if our opponent's going to try to... Sun Pearl. Okay. Okay, so I guess we can let that go. We do gain life. Okay, gain some life still. Okay. Does our opponent keep ticking up or ticking down? Okay, just making this as hard as possible here. Right, opponents. Come on. You have 3 cards in hand. Anything. Do you ultimate? Do you tick up? They do tick up. So let's see. Well, I don't want him to throw away another card,
I'm tired of
but
your secrets.
we do have ways of refueling. So it's not horrible. Huh. They do have another option and Rite of Oblivion. Down to 18. Okay. So, sorcery speed. Okay. Another tap land. I realized we probably could have played the Growth Spiral on that last turn. I don't know why I'm making these so many mistakes. Okay. We do gain some life. Up to 19. Does our opponent play the Rite of Oblivion? Or, let's see. Oh, actually, hold on. They do the thing here. Draw a card. I'll try to get a land. Didn't get a land. Alright, so I don't know if we survive this. It is very painful right now, all things considered. Okay, so opponent, what are you going to leave us with? Well, I definitely have a lot of choice words for towns once we're done. But we'll just let this wrap up itself. Man, it's been a rough time tonight. I don't know if I would say this is the worst outing we've done. I know I've said that multiple times over several other streams, but this one really does feel like this is the worst one we've experienced so far this year. 6 months into streaming right now, and just, yeah. This is probably the worst one, or at least the worst performing one. But y'all get to witness it. Okay, so our opponent just makes us choose one or the other. So, does that mean they play the Rite of Oblivion? Most likely. Even if we did keep the other pile, it still won't matter too much. Okay. Or they could just start being aggro because we really don't have any defenses. Still have a Dovin's Veto. Okay. Well, we definitely got that. It feels like we're like a stumbling Azorius control deck that cannot control anything. Okay. Still got some life again. To 16. Opponents. Still making this discard.
We all have things we'd rather.
I think the dream is dead at this point for this deck. Excuse me. Okay. Opponents. Okay. Let's take their sweet time. Would like to finish this any day now. I'd like to probably move on to another match. So at this point, I know it's just not exciting. So I think at this point we might have to just kind of switch it up a little bit because this right now is just getting to be a bit of a slog, and we're just only dragging out our own pain and suffering at this point. Truth be told, I'm honestly waiting until they did the Rite of Oblivion, and probably that's when I'm gonna just... Yeah. Alright, come on, opponents. Just wrap this up already. Okay, gain life again. Just... The misery is just being spared on us. Just stretching it out. Down to 6. Joy. Alright, come on, opponents. Let's discard again.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Okay, travel the overworld. At this point, it's gone. The dream is gone on that, honestly. Well, 1 tap, but we're dead. So, end the suffering now. Wow. Terrible. So, here's what I'm going to do. Usually, this is when I get close to the end of the stream. But, again, I'm not satisfied with this outing. So, I'm going to do something I usually don't like to do. We're going to take this down to unranked. Just to show you that this is still a fun deck that can be played with if you are ready to kind of set your expectations in a certain way. So we're going to just go into regular Pioneer, and we're going to just do best of 1. We're going to play the upgraded version still, because it can do stuff. It has been done, and I've proven that, at least with my testing. We did at least one video that I put up on my on socials and also my Patreon. The Patreon video does prove that the deck can work. However, as you see from ranked, it's literally night and day for ranked versus unranked. And I'm pretty sure right now I could prove it to you once we go through this right here. We'll play a little bit longer because I have at least a little bit more time to work with here. I'm going to stretch out this stream just a smidge more, just to at least prove that gates, or I'm sorry, not gates. I don't know why I said gates. The towns do at least have some merits, at least in a casual environment. So here we go. We're going to try this. I want to show you guys that at least this deck can get some wins. I can prove it. I can prove it. Okay, let's get this going. Come on, opponents. Show me some love. Thoughtseize. Oh, come on. Oh, jeez. Well, that felt a little bit better to do. But again, I'm just absolutely just tilted right now with just how this goes. Okay. Still trying to shake it off. Growth Spiral. Ping ourselves for 1. Get at least 1 town in. Okay. Wandering Minstrel. It's only going to let us get it at least 1. At least something. Okay. We still have reached the horizons and traveled the overworld, so this is not horrible for us. Okay. On the 16, we're still at 18. Okay, well, Wandering Minstrel number 2, I guess, is not bad. But let's get in a couple more lands first. So let's get in that and starting town. Okay, so at least now we have everything fixed. We just need to start building stuff out. Okay, Darkness Crystal. Interesting. Wandering Minstrel number 2. And then we will ping ourselves with draw 4. Okay, we literally have now all the Wandering Minstrels we need. Okay, start making our elementals. Okay, well, we slowly rebuilt ourselves. Okay. Go number 13. Do they have a fatal push? They always have a fatal push. That's okay. We actually still have another set of Wandering Minstrels, so this is not like it's horrible for us. We can rebuild. Okay, so with that, get our lands. And our lands. And not going to do much right now, but we wanted to start stacking our opponent here and just doing some damage. Okay. Well, we're still recovering little by little, despite what our opponent is trying to do to us. Signed in Blood. Okay. They draw 2, but they ping themselves for 2. Gifted Aetherborn. Okay. It's a choice. Let us draw a card. Okay. And then reach the horizons. So let's see. Tapped and tap. Okay. Well, little by little, we're still trying to build ourselves up here. It's working, sort of. Okay. War Leader's Call. And make another token. Ping our opponent. Swing here. They obviously block. That'll go up to 16. We lose the token, but that's okay. Okay. Well, at least here you can kind of see the deck kind of does stuff. Right? Childred. Well, we got to get in our card draw now while we can. Draw another card. And transform this land. It flips. Okay, so at least now we have... We now have technically... Wow, I actually didn't think we were going to flip that. But that does give us a little bit of an option here. So we now have at least another flying beater that can help us out. Although Travel the Overworld now will destroy us, so we're going to have to wait a bit here. Draw a card. Okay, another Omnath is not bad. Okay, so activate. Crew of 1. Okay, I mean this kind of is kind of fun. Oh my goodness, we actually got him. There we go, everybody. I've been waiting all night to do that again, but there you go, everybody. See, it works in casual, right? I was right. But okay, let's get maybe a couple more in here. Just again, prove that wasn't just a fluke. So see? Towns aren't horrible. I mean, they kind of still are janky. But at least in casual, like if you were to play unranked, you can get some wins. It's not like our opponent was playing completely like janky we were. They had Shieldreds. They had Thoughtseize, much to my dismay. But yeah. Okay, let's see if we can at least get 1 or 2 more wins and then we'll end the stream, everybody. I still appreciate all of you that are still watching, even though it may not be the most exciting of content today, but I still have to at least see for myself. Are they just too much jank, or can we really get a couple of wins with towns? But I think we've been able to kind of pull off some stuff. Some semblance of a victory. Okay, opponent is playing auras. Interesting. Let's see if that's enough for us. Let's see here. Growth Spiral. Let's just get a ramp going. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good for now. Okay, we just need to start blocking for a bit while we build ourselves up. I guess we also could use Reach of the Horizons because we're only at 18. Actually, let's do that. Let's do that instead. Reach the Horizon. Let's get our ramp going. And let's see. We will get out. Okay. 2 more. Okay. So, again, same thing. Getting our ramp going. Thieves Gift. Oh, that's annoying. Interesting choice, opponent, but okay. Let's see if we can kind of get around their game plan here. Village Rights. Huh. I don't know what our opponent's doing, but okay. Spicy, if nothing else. Okay. Most opponent has 8 or more. We have only 4 in the yard. If they have more mill, maybe we might have trouble dealing with that, but I think we can get around it. Nighthawk Scavenger. Okay. They do some milling. Is that enough? Okay. Okay, so with that, let's play an Omnath. Take out the Thieves Guild Enforcer. Okay. So it is down, which is nice for us. Poo-poo UFO. So at least we have a blocker in the air. Okay. Alright. Thieves Guild Enforcer number 2, okay. That's a choice. So, let's see. We can chump block for a turn or 2. We just need to rebuild, and I think we might be able to get there. I'm playing Murderous Rider. Okay. Ugh. Well, that's no good, but okay. Let's see. Opponent swings. Do they get cheeky and swing the boat? They do. Okay. Well, we're just going to block here. Just to soften the blow as much as possible. Okay. They're up to 27, though. Still a ways to go. Root of Mortality. Okay. They draw a card. Very interesting deck by our opponent here. I will say that much. Okay. Draw 4. Come on, deck. Give me something. Okay. Well, I guess that's better than nothing. So I guess we can sponge 1 hit while we still try to make our way in the world. Okay, opponents. Anything else? Bitter Triumph. Wow, they actually hit a Mercy 3. Okay. So we go down to 3. Ugh. Can we make a comeback? Is there a way out of this? Or are we completely toast? One thing I will say, though, is our deck does lack hard removal based on everything we've had so far. Oh, boy. Okay. They're milling us a lot. Okay, so well, we're going to go all in. We need to get this going some way, somehow. Okay. King. Down to 29. Then the card's Royal. Okay. But that's not enough. Alright. Well, another L for us tonight. But I still want to see if we can at least get one more tonight. Let's see if we can get one more win. Just one more legit win. And then we'll kind of end it there, everybody. Again, appreciate all of your support still. Even though some of our decks just don't quite go off how we expect. But don't worry. Our next one, I'm sure, will be one that some of you are probably very interested in seeing. We'll talk about that again at the end. But as we're closing in on the end here, and also you want to show me a little extra support and you want to be a true fiery friend of the channel, as a reminder, we do, of course, have a Patreon. That, of course, that details will be in the end of this stream. We also, of course, if you want to just help us out and just, you know, show some support for free, you can also just join the Discord. Those links, of course, will be located in the details of this live stream when we are done. Regardless of whichever platform you're watching on, Instagram, X, Twitch, or YouTube, it'll all be there for you. But until then, let's see if we can at least sponge out one more win. I want to see if we can get one more win going. I know we can do it. The right matchup, the stars will align, and we will get that win. I know we will. Hey, Clock Prankster. Okay, opponent is playing... Oh, jeez. They're playing the most degenerate thing out there. They're literally playing, like, the most gross thing. But okay. We got to do it. We still want to see if we can try to win. Ain't going to give up just yet. So with that, Growth Spiral. Opponents. Oh, they Spell Pierce it. Come on. Who Spell Pierces a ramp spell? Opponent. Terrible, by the way. Okay. Well, opponent wants us to play this on hard mode. They're playing on easy mode here. Okay. Opponents. Anything else? Anything else? Consider. Okay, they're digging. They haven't gotten their Phoenix yet. And they already threw away one Quarry Steel Cutter. So maybe that might be enough for us to still buy out the time we need. Hopefully. We'll see here. Do they swing? Cruise. Okay. Draw 3. Hit us down to 19. Okay, Riz Reef is not horrible. Can we at least get a couple hits off of that? No, we cannot. Alright. Still playing on hard mode here, jeez. Down to 17. Hardest talent. Opt. They throw away one Phoenix. So here we go. Phoenixes are coming. They're coming. Let's see if it's going to be enough to stop them, though. Okay, opponents. Fiery Impulse destroys our Risen Reef. Okay. So they get one Phoenix back. 2 Phoenix backs, actually. Okay. Down to 12. Okay, so with that, Growth Spiral. Put down a land. Second Growth Spiral. Zendikar Rising. But, Not feeling this one. I don't think we have enough to stop him here. Or steel cutter? No, we definitely don't have enough. Alright, we're going to just cut this now. I want to end the suffering before it gets too much for me because it's just, no, it's not fun. Not fun at all. Alright, again, I want to get one more win, everybody. I want to try to see if we can get at least one more win, also to finish my dailies, because it took us literally over 2 hours to get 3 wins. That's just miserable in terms of time. But still, I still want to prove that we can do at least one win, or at least a couple wins, at least in casual. If we can't do it in ranked, we can at least do it in a much more casual setting. I believe we can. But there are still some people out there that even play meta in unranked, which I don't get. How would you want to play meta in there? Like, I thought that's what the whole point of ranked was. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. Okay. Swamp. So with that, another tap land. Our opponent's not going to play anything. That we're going to try to take advantage. No. Okay. Why are we dealing with rogue decks now? Did rogues just get an upswing in popularity again? I'm very confused. I don't know. Or maybe I'm overthinking it as well. Let's get the UFO out. At least that can block for us for a smidge. But, so this is tap land. Okay. Opponents. Thieves Guild. Okay, yeah. Are we just running? I don't know. I never understand how Wizards and Arena programs matchups in this game. Because look at, now we're playing against this literally a rogue rogue deck. And then people are playing this, our opponent's playing this deck like it's 2021. Like I haven't seen Xerath in so long. I didn't think people still played this card. But apparently I guess they do. Okay, so we're still gonna try to get around them. Okay. Tap land, and pass. Once the UFO gets blasted, though, at least we can block with it with one turn. Okay. Block here. At least this time now, I'll remember. Put a land down. Okay. So we got a little bit of ramp going down there. We're slowing down that Xerath because I hate Xerath so much. Okay. Well, Wandering Minstrel. Does this help us? Or does our opponent have an answer? Okay. Risen Reef, number 2. Ashen. Oh. Opponents! Why are you playing so these unfun decks? Okay. This Risen Reef got to kind of go off there. So, no attacks now. We're close to kind of just stabilizing, but our opponent is not making this any easier. He's Golden Force number 2. Yeah, like, I didn't think people still played rogues. I mean, we played rogues, but we did it on a budget. I didn't think anybody was still playing rogues, though, in 2025. Okay, so with that... Opponent. Okay, Wandering Minstrel blocks away our own Risen Reef. Okay, Zendikar's Royal is not horrible. Does this get Counterspell? No. Ash Young. Come on! Who plays these cards? Opponents. I don't get it. I really don't. Okay. Draw another card. Okay. Drew class. Doesn't help us now, but maybe in the future. Soren Thought Thief. Okay. Okay. Playing literally on hard mode, everybody. That's right now how life feels. Literally just playing everything as hard as possible. Okay. Block here, block here. Hold on one second. Let's think about this. Okay, so that's 8, 11. Okay, so that means block here and block here. Okay. Still terrible block, but keeping the Risen Reef open at least for one more turn here might be enough. War Leader's Call. Travel the Overworld. Draw 4. Okay, Omnath. Alright, so with that, Druid class. But that's still not enough. All right, and we lose again. Okay. Come on, deck. Give me one more. Give me one more win. I just want one more win. I know we can do it, everybody. I know we can. I'm not going to give up on this. I want to get at least one more win. I know I'm kind of going into overtime for myself because there's other things I got to take care of. But I know we can definitely do it, everybody. We got to do it. We got to try at least a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. I know we can. You just got to believe. Come on.
It's time to do.
All right. Feeling it. Okay, so again, towns are just going to be slow. We just can't get around that. Wandering Minstrel does help out a bit. Good luck. Well, thank you then for that MTG Hillbilly. Appreciate that. Again, I'm just trying my hardest here. Okay, ley line. Okay. Well, that means we're in for a fun time. Okay. Is our opponent going to be too fast for us? We'll see. Let us... right here. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, if they're that, then... okay, so at least we can get in the Wandering Minstrel. And then... there we go. So... pillage the bog. Okay. Opponents. Okay. And then 4 Leader's Call. Get in one hit here. First blood. First one of the day. Clifftop Lookout. Okay. Maybe Clifftop Lookout probably would have been better for us. I don't know. Still trying to figure out what is the best solution for all this. Let us travel the overworld. Draw 4. Up to 5 now. Poo-poo UFO. King for 1. Make a token. King again. We swing. Okay. Maybe we can do it with this game. Maybe. But we'll see. Can't give up just yet. Okay, no witness. But we're not dead. Tick up. Gain life. Gain life. Got a clue token, though, so maybe that might help us out a little bit. Okay. What else you got, opponents? Circrudius Roots. Wait. What? Oh, I didn't realize they were a Gates deck with Leyline. Interesting. That's a very interesting choice. I didn't notice that until, like, right now. So, literally right now, it's... it's Gates versus Towns. Can we get there with our strategy? Is ours better than our opponents? Let's draw a card. Come on, deck. Okay, another Risen Reef will be great. If we could just get a little bit more support. Okay. So, yeah. I didn't realize, yeah, they're playing... oh, jeez. They're still wrathing us. So, yeah, this will be something I'll address, of course, in the wrap-up later on. But, okay. Risen Reef again. Our opponent is going to run out of wraths eventually, though, so... we're going to try to take advantage of that while we can. Okay. Draw 4. Okay. Whew. Okay, we just need a way to start making a bunch of tokens. If we can make a bunch of tokens, then we will be set. We just need to get around their shenanigans here. So they have a hodgepodge of stuff. But they are a legit Gates deck at the end of the day. Dragonback Assault. Does not kill the UFO, which is good for us. Okay, so and I think in this instance here... and then... did we get there with the UFO? Okay. Down to 1. Not what I was expecting. But I will take it. I mean, they can make dragons, but we're up to 25 right now. 5 cards in hand, opponents. Little by little, we whittled them down. I mean, you can make all the tokens you want, opponent, but I think we got him with this. So with that, you know what? Let's just go for the practical win. There we go. Not quite Gates itself, but hey, I'll take the win. I will take that one, everybody. Yay! Oh my goodness, what a struggle that was. It literally took us winning against another... it took us against another janky pile of cards. So literally our towns beat their Gates. Even though they had a hodgepodge, we kind of had our own hodgepodge. And little by little, we got there. That is what I did say, was I wanted to get at least one more win before we ended the stream. Okay, everybody, I'm completely out of it, though. I think I'm completely drained from this, but we still are going to do what we always do. Let's go ahead and talk about the deck overall. Let's see how we feel. So, how do you feel about Towns, everyone? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? I'm just going to be real with you guys. This is meant to be a casual build. After playing this in ranked and only getting maybe like one win with the budget build and one win with the non-budget one, and then taking this into unranked just to get some more wins, this is definitely going to be for casual play. I would even dare say, like, if you want to make this as casual as possible, don't even bother investing in like Omnats and stuff. They're only a couple bucks. But if you want to be like, we're talking like kitchen table, I only want to spend like $15 on a deck just to throw something together for like a friend, or maybe your, I don't know, maybe your sibling, your kid, brother, sister, whoever that wants to play Magic, and maybe you want to teach them a little bit. This can be a nice, fun little way to do it, to teach them some of the basics here, which I think would be great. But definitely, yeah, it's just Towns have potential if they give us more support in the future. I'll look back again and try again with Towns, but realistically, it's just not ideal, because we just don't have enough support. Two of the biggest things that this versus other land-based decks have. Gates have a Wrath built into them. They have Gates Ablaze. So, hold on one second here. I'll even explain it to you right here. So Gates, if you play a Gates deck, their biggest advantage is they have a built-in Wrath that's also budget friendly. So that's one of their biggest advantages that we lack. Also, Gates has also bigger beaters with Gatebreaker Ram, which gets bigger and bigger as you keep playing more of your cards. Same with Gate Colossus. Eventually gets to a point where this card can keep coming back from the graveyard, and it gets cheaper and cheaper. So this is why Gates is most likely still the strongest of the budget tap land builds out there. After that, I would probably say Deserts is going to be your other next option here, because with Deserts, your biggest thing is they do have their own spot removal. So they have things like Deserts do, which gets really, really strong. So that's the reason why they're better. They also have auras that also can lock down creatures. I did talk about an ultra budget desert build that you can build that's actually 4 color. So that actually is doable. They also got their own rounds of ramp and also powerful creatures that they can use, versus say like what we did with Towns. So you even have cards like Spinewood Armadillo, which is actually a really nice little finisher here, but you can also use it as ramp. Same with cards like Carcarantula here. Our Promise. You have good options actually even in Deserts. And then Caves. So same thing also with Caves. I even put together also a Caves deck as well, also 4 color. Caves also has a lot of token support. So Caves provide like things like Bat Colony here and other cards that would help you out, such as let's see. They have also their own Wrath too. They have Calamitous Cave in here. So that's also, and again, and I think that's the biggest issue that with what we had today with Towns. Towns, I want to like Towns. They're a fun, casual thing. But Towns, you saw we have plenty of card draw. Towns is great for card draw, but you don't have any spot removal or Wraths, at least at base value. You really have to build this deck differently than I did. And I think that's probably something I probably should have thought about more with when I built this deck. The deck lacks like an actual built-in option for that. So obviously, again, we have Travel the Overworld, great for ramp. You have cards such as Reach the Horizon, Wandering Minstrel is fantastic, but we just don't have anything built in, sadly, for a Wrath or spot removal. You have to rely on other colors and other cards and really build the deck better to get more value out of it. But all honesty, even with this build, I would say stick to this, keeping it as a kitchen table build. It's still fun. It's very casual though, so be aware of that and just don't make the same mistake I did. Having that said, if nothing else, Wandering Minstrel is a solid card. You actually don't need to build around elementals to make them good. That's just, think of it like a bonus. You can make advantage of those tokens in different ways if you want to, or you don't have to use this card just for towns. He does go well with towns, but you don't need him for that. You can make him for any kind of other tap land deck out there. So if you want to make him as your, I don't know, your Gates commander, or your Caves commander, or your Desert commander, you can do that with this card. You do have an option for that if you want to play around with what his ability is. There are some cards, even if you play in Commander, that you can then turn all your, like, you can turn your lands into additional land types, which actually could be good to make them, I don't know, like towns, but that is a bit of a stretch if you want to do that. Still, it's doable. If I was to guess though, I guess maybe a 5-color pile might have done a little better, or I probably should have main decked the Wraths and the spot removal. So things like that probably would have gone a little bit more better. I don't know if I would play this Omnath again. Maybe I would play the 4-color one. Maybe that might have been better for us. So what is it? The where is it at? Oh yeah, Omnath Locus of Creation. Maybe that might have been better for us. It would have given us a little bit more ramp and life gain, so it would have been better for stabilization. I just, awkwardly enough, do not have enough wild cards because I'm out of mythics, or at least I have some mythics, but I only have 2 left, and I really want to save those for another deck I want to do. So that's why I haven't cashed them in. Yeah, Final Fantasy really cleaned me out of my wild cards. Maybe I should do some drafts in the future just to kind of recuperate my losses. But yeah, 4 colors not bad, but I don't know if I would invest in it. If you have these cards already, give the deck a try. You can still have fun with it, but I would not invest War Leader's Call just for this type of deck. Only do it if you're going to use those cards for other things. So just my final thoughts on that. Overall, again, your mileage may vary. If you want to play this unranked, go for it. It can be very fun and unranked, but definitely don't play this in ranked. That's my final thoughts I'll give on that. Now, with all that said, now that I finally kind of gone over that, if you still like the decks, one more time, I will leave links for these deck techs if you want to play them, or at least kind of play around with them. Maybe you might do better than me. I'll leave those in the details of these streams when we're done. But before we go tonight, one final thing I want to say. If you've made it this far into the video, thanks again for hanging in there, my true fiery friends, because you're about to kind of get a nice little peek as to what's to come. So we need to wrap up filming on this one. I'm a little behind schedule, but our Swing and Fling mono red equipment deck is going to be our next deck tech that's going to be coming out ideally Monday. So that's what we're shooting for. I'm excited for this one. Most of it is done. We just need to do a little bit more filming, and we should be good to go. So this one's actually ready for us. And then as far as our next live stream, we're going to be shooting for Wednesday. So obviously, this is going to be a literal turnaround from our previous deck that we did today. Vivi, even on a budget, is absolutely bonkers. Like, this card is so good. I'm like, it's not like I need to sell you on the card. It is really great. But even on a budget, and I kid you not, like, I tried to make this as budget as possible. We're talking like just trying to get it under $100. If you want to play this in actual like paper, you can technically play a VV for under $100, even though like 60% of it is literally to the card itself. So just be aware of that. But you'll see, even at that cheap of a level, we can still have a lot of fun with VV if you actually are interested in the card. Beyond that, we are going to try to put together for 4th of July for my oh so fun American fiery friends. We're going to be celebrating 4th of July with a Super Soldiers deck. I don't think I'll have enough time, sadly, that day to stream. So I'm going to see if real quick, I'm going to try to cobble together as fast as possible one quick small deck tech that'll celebrate for this deck. So that'll be something fun we'll try to do. I just need a couple more wild cards and then we can wrap that one up. I can't believe I'm actually out of uncommon wild cards. That's kind of embarrassing. But beyond that, we're going to work on a Kefka deck. We're still trying to build this one out, so this is still going to take a little while to do. Other decks that we're building, of course, we have Oops All Sids. So this is actually going to be also another future live stream for us. So we have quite a few things to play around with. By the time we get to these decks, we'll be ready for, and I can't believe I'm saying this already, that by that point it should be, what, Edge of Eternity spoilers coming out? Good Lord, that's going to be so quick to come around the corner. But hey, that's just how we are in Magic right now. We're literally running at breakneck speed to just all this stuff. But otherwise, we have more we'll talk about again in the future. That's it for tonight, everybody. Thank you one more time for everybody that did watch today. Heaven, thanks again for showing the love that you did earlier. MTG Hillbilly, appreciate you stopping by even for a little bit there. I really appreciate you being there. And also, if I don't see you, your names across the other socials, I do apologize for that. But let me see if I can see anybody else there. Oh, Arion786 over on Instagram there. Thank you again for your support. I know you were on there on your own, but I still appreciate you just watching just the same. So with that, anybody else that I did miss, if I see your names pop up, of course, in the chat, I will be more than happy to give you a shout out next time whenever you do show up. up. But that is it for tonight, everyone. I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you one more time to everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll get a chance to do this again. I'm planning for, again, Wednesday for the next deck. So we'll have a lot more fun then. We'll have something a lot more exciting and a lot more explosive when that time comes. Have a great night, everybody. And one more time before we go, just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you again Wednesday, everybody. Later.